Lupus is a very sneaky disease in that way, where oftentimes doctors don't even recognize it for the first couple years because it doesn't look the same way in every single person. There are so many different ways that lupus can show up. Lupus is an autoimmune disease that can attack any organ of your body. So while many of us, like myself, by the time we're diagnosed, have the rash and the arthritis, kidney impairment, things like that, it shows up many different ways. There are some folks who start out with just feeling fatigued all the time. I've seen a number of people who their only symptom was fevers that just would not go away. There are people who their first symptom is just some kind of skin rash, not necessarily the one that the butterfly rash, but another kind of rash. So lupus is a very sneaky disease in that way, where oftentimes doctors don't even recognize it for the first couple years because it doesn't look the same way in every single person. And that's why a lot of people are sick for years before they ever get the diagnosis. Now, if you are feeling symptomatic and you don't know what it is and your doctors aren't sure, maybe lupus, maybe something else, it's the perfect time to do the Goodbye Lucas protocol. You don't need to wait until you're sick enough to make it definitive, like, oh, now you definitely look like you're sick now. You can actually start the healing process while you're just symptomatic and nobody knows what you had. And I've had people join my rapid recovery group like that who don't have a diagnosis, their doctors aren't sure, but they think it's autoimmune, their inflammatory markers are disrupted, or they have some other symptoms that look autoimmune, but they don't have all the definite ANA, dsDNA, all that kind of stuff. And they heal anyway, because it can take years for the labs to catch up with your symptoms. And that's why also I tell people, don't worry about your labs even when you get better, because while some people's labs are better by the end of a month, other people's labs take longer, but who cares if you feel great, right? So you can't always rely on labs, and by the time all the labs are positive, usually you're really sick.